Hello and welcome. You're watching Rajya TV. I'm Rajat Kane. Let's have a look at the top headlines. India and Poland signed agreements to enhance cooperation in agriculture sector. Poland reaffirmed support for India's bid for the NSG and UNSC membership. Delegation-level talks between India and Cyprus today, visiting President Nikos Anastasiades to meet Prime Minister Modi. Several agreements to be signed. Supreme Court says no justification to suspend operation of Lokpal Act. Adds attempt for amendment can't halt execution of law. India successfully test fires immediate intermediate range ballistic missile Agni 3rd. It has strike range of over 3,000 kilometers. And PV Sindhu sails into quarterfinals of Badminton Asia Championship. Will take on China's He Bingjiu in last 8 match today. Poland has assured India of its support to New Delhi's bid for membership in the elite nuclear suppliers group and a permanent membership in the expanded UN Security Council. This was conveyed by Polish Prime Minister Beata Szydło to Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari when the two leaders met at Warsaw to discuss the issue of bilateral and mutual interest. The two countries also signed an agreement in the agriculture sector.
India and Poland on Thursday to take their strong bilateral relationship to a higher level. Union Minister Giriraj Prasad Singh and Polish Agriculture Minister Krzysztof Jurgiel signed an MOU to deepen the bilateral ties in the field of agriculture. The move is expected to provide a framework for identifying specific areas for deeper cooperation.
We feel that there is much scope for our cooperation in sectors like food processing, solar energy, clean coal, treatment of wastewater, and solid waste, where Polish expertise can find opportunities in the rapidly growing Indian market.
The two countries also underscored the need to adopt a comprehensive and principled stance against terrorism. India also appreciated the support extended by Poland in this regard on several international forums.
I appreciate the support extended by Poland to India's membership of Missile Technology Control Regime and India's appreciation for the membership of the Nuclear Suppliers Group. We are happy to have Poland's support for India's claim for permanent membership of an expanded UN Security Council. I thank you, Prime Minister.
Poland also appreciated India's growing influence and economic progress. It is focusing on the areas of defense, mining and civil aviation for enhancing cooperation with India. India is a major investor in Poland, which is its largest trading partner in Central Europe. Indian investments in Poland amount to around $3 billion and Polish investments in India touch $600 million. Indian students are also visiting Poland to pursue professional and higher education. In the latter half of 2017, Poland will witness celebration of Indian festivals in several cities to showcase Indian culture.
India and Poland reviewed a wide gamut of bilateral ties. The two countries also decided to step up cooperation in the field of agriculture. This visit is expected to give fillip and new impetus to the India-Poland relations. Reporting from Warsaw with camera persons Sanjay and Anirban and with inputs from Amrita Rai, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari addressed a business summit in Warsaw on Thursday. He highlighted that goods and service tax reform will make India a unified market with all the states offering an identical tax environment. He also asserted that India and Poland can enhance cooperation in education.
Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari addressed the industry and business representatives from Poland and India in Warsaw on Thursday in the presence of Polish Prime Minister Beata Szydło and Mateusz Morawiecki, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Economic Development and Finance of Poland. Vice President Ansari stressed that there was a strong global confidence in the India story, with a surge in foreign direct investments which reached over $50 billion in 2016.
Today, Poland is India's largest economic partner in Central Europe, with bilateral trade that has grown to US $2.8 billion in the year 2016. This strong economic interaction between our two countries is an indicator of the growing economic strengths of our two countries' economies.
Emphasizing on the cooperation in the education sector, he noted that India's youth are eager to seek educational opportunities that Poland offers.
We already have some 2,500 Indian students in Poland. These students add to the resources of Poland's distinguished universities and will act as a bridgehead for our future engagements.
Vice President Ansari also stressed that as the Polish business looks for markets and business opportunities beyond Europe, India is a natural destination. India and Poland have already identified possible opportunities in sectors like food processing, mining, aerospace and defence.
Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari also highlighted several initiatives of the government like Make in India, Skill India and Digital India that present a wide array of opportunities for the Polish companies. Both the countries have set a target to double their bilateral trade by the end of year 2018. And this economic engagement can further strengthen the bilateral ties between India and Poland. Reporting from Warsaw, with camera persons Sanjay and Anirban and with inputs from Amrita Rai, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Calling his ongoing Poland visit very productive, Vice President Mohammad Ansari said that he would go back to India on a positive note. Addressing Indian diaspora in Poland, the Vice President underlined the potential in various fields where the two sides can cooperate and enhance relationship. Appreciating the contribution of Indians, he said Indian community in Poland contributes immensely in enriching Indo-Polish relations. The reception was hosted by Ambassador of India in Poland, Ajay Bisaria, where the Vice President interacted with Indian community based in various Polish cities. During his ongoing 5-day India visit, Cyprus President Nikos Anastasiades will today receive a ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan. This will be followed by a wreath-laying ceremony at Samadhi of Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat. There are important meetings on his itinerary for the day. A call on by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, Nikos will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Pranab Mukherjee. The two sides will also engage in a delegation-level talks, and exchange of agreements and press statements are also expected. Nikos arrived in Mumbai on Wednesday. This is the first visit to India of President Anastasiades, who is being accompanied by the Ministers of Finance, Energy, Transport and Agriculture on his visit. On Thursday, he addressed a business forum in Delhi and talked about Indo-Cyprus economic relations. The Prime Minister will hold a review meeting next week with the Revenue Department to take stock of the anti-black money drive post the note ban and tax collection following that. Also, steps taken for the GST rollout will be a part of the meeting. The meeting is to be held on May 2nd, which will review the work of the Revenue Department. The meeting will discuss disclosures made in the tax amnesty scheme announced after junking of old ₹100 and ₹1,000 note in November last year. The Revenue Department would present a report card on not just the black money disclosed and tax collected after that, and also ill-gotten wealth seized during searches and raids across the country. The meeting would also discuss measures taken by the Tax Department against tax evaders. The goods and service tax, which is expected to be rolled out on July 1st, is also likely to be discussed at the meeting. All central ministries have begun implementing the action plans in Swachhta Abhiyan. The ministries are acting on Prime Minister Modi's directive with a commitment of about 5,300 crore rupees. The attempt is to integrate sanitation as a core function of all central government organizations and ministries. The execution of plan will be monitored by Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, and it will be also monitored through an online portal. The Prime Minister had yesterday reviewed the implementation of Swachhta action plans and said events such as Swachhta Fortnight should be converted into movement towards permanent solutions. Time for a very short break. More news on the other side.
Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Amritan Rai, and you're watching Constitutionally Yours.
Large number of people from this backward caste have received education.
There is a provision in the Constitution for providing a reservation to the caste.
Methodology of reservation on caste basis is a fundamental thing.
Reservation on the basis of caste has reinforced caste consciousness among citizens.
A performance audit, including of the reservation process.
Watch Constitutionally Yours on Rajya Sabha television.
Gyan Chopper is the ancient version of Indian snakes and ladders. This intriguing game was popular among the old, the young, and the rulers as well. The chopper has its origin in the Jain philosophy. It tells the story of virtue, symbolized by the ladders, rewarded, while the vices shown by the snakes are punished. Each square, in turn, also narrates a message of wisdom.
Welcome back. The authorities in Jammu and Kashmir have imposed restrictions under Section 144 in Kralpura, Trehgam, Lalpura, Sogam and Kupwara areas following stone pelting incident on Thursday. Following the terrorist attack on the army camp in Kupwara on Thursday, protesters in Kralpura area pelted stones and clashed with the security forces. One person was killed in the clashes. Meanwhile, security forces recovered 3 AK rifles along with other arms and ammunition from the 2 terrorists who were gunned down. Officials said a 3rd terrorist managed to flee under darkness. No terrorist outfit has claimed responsibility of the attack so far. 3 soldiers, including a captain, were martyred in the attack on Thursday.
Terrorists targeted an army camp in Kashmir's Kupwara district on Thursday, killing at least 3 soldiers, including an army captain. The officer has been identified as Captain Ayush Yadav. 5 soldiers were also injured. 2 suspected Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists were killed in retaliatory action by security forces. The terrorists reportedly sneaked into the army camp after cutting the fencing.
The area was very small. It is not from one end to the other end. This garrison, being big, has many entries. So the terrorists were pushed to move out immediately out of the garrison by accurate fire from all directions.
Condemning the attack, Jammu and Kashmir's Deputy Chief Minister Nirmal Singh assured a befitting reply to Pakistan for trying to ruin the atmosphere in the valley.
हम कंडेम करते हैं बड़ी सख्ती से और जो शहीद हुए हैं उनको श्रद्धांजलि भेंट करते हैं। पाकिस्तान जिस तरीके से उसकी डेस्परेट उसके अटेम्प्ट्स रहती हैं और लगातार वो एक जंग जो है उसने छेड़ी हुई है और कश्मीर में यहाँ के हालात खराब करने के लिए और हर जो है वो कोशिश कर रहा है, लेकिन उसमें कामयाब नहीं होगा। उसकी ये जो कायराना हरकतें हैं उसको बाज आना चाहिए इसमें।
Soon after the attack, clashes between protesters and security forces erupted in Kralpura area of Kupwara district. The angry mob pelted stones at police and security personnel who retaliated by firing tear gas shells.
लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के लिए हमारे जो ट्रूप्स हैं, ऑफिसर्स हैं, जवान हैं, वो तैयार हैं और वो ट्रेंड हैं और हमारे पास इक्विपमेंट भी है। जब भी और उसमें हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव ये रहता है कि रिस्ट्रेन किया जाए, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रिस्ट्रेंट हो और जो हमारा रिस्पांस है वो इफेक्टिव हो। तो एक बैलेंस हम बनाते हैं रिस्ट्रेन और इफेक्टिवनेस से और उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव ये रहता है कि यहाँ पे शांति रहे।
Meanwhile, Jammu and Kashmir police has arrested separatist leader Asiya Andrabi under the Public Safety Act. Andrabi is alleged to be the main separatist leader who incites women in the valley to pelt stones at security forces. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
India has demanded from Pakistan a certificate on the health condition of retired Indian Navy officer Kulbhushan Jadhav. Jadhav has been sentenced to death by a military court in Pakistan. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Gopal Bagle said the government is yet to receive a copy of any charge sheet against Jadhav and did not even know who had defended him in the military court that sentenced him to the death. India made request for medical condition of Jadhav through High Commissioner of Pakistan Gautam Bambawale. On Thursday, India had made a request for the 16th time to Pakistan for consular access to Jadhav.
मुद्दा बहुत गंभीर है और हमने जैसा कि आपने कहा 16 बार पाकिस्तान से ये मांग करी है कि वो भारतीय नागरिक हैं, गैरकानूनी तरीके से वो पाकिस्तान के कस्टडी में हैं, उन पे बेबुनियाद आरोप है और इसलिए हमको उनसे कौंसुलेट भेंट करने की अनुमति दी जाए। तो वो 40 दिन की मियाद ना निकल जाए, इसलिए उन्होंने भारत सरकार से गुजारिश करी कि भारत सरकार उनकी अपील को और उनकी याचिका को पाकिस्तान में संबंधित अधिकारियों तक पहुंचा दे और हमने वो काम कल पूरा किया है। हमने कल पाकिस्तान की सरकार को उनकी याचिका और उनकी अपील हैंड ओवर कर दी है।
The Supreme Court on Thursday said the Lokpal and Lok Ayukt Act of 2013 is a workable piece of legislation and it's not right to keep its operation pending. The court also added there was no justification for the government to hold the Lokpal Act in abeyance. As per the Act, the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha will be the part of Lokpal selection panel. At present, there is no leader of opposition in Lok Sabha. The Apex Court had on March 28 reserved its verdict on a batch of petitions seeking the appointment of Lokpal in the country. During the hearing, Attorney General Mukul Rohtgi said the Lokpal cannot be appointed in the current scenario as the amendments regarding definition of leader of opposition in the Lokpal Act was pending in Parliament.
It's a welcome thing. For 3 years, this Lokpal law has been enforced and unfortunately it is not being effectuated. No Lokpal is being appointed and the government has been making this various silly excuses, particularly the excuse that there is no leader of opposition because the Congress doesn't have enough seats, etc. Finally, the Supreme Court has rejected all these excuses.
Looking at severe drought condition in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Odisha, the central government will launch water conservation projects today. Water Resources Minister Aam Aadmi Partys will launch irrigation works in Ride region of Bundelkhand, Madhya Pradesh. Similar projects will also be launched in Maharashtra's Marathwada and Odisha's Kalahandi, Bolangir and Koratpur regions too. With these measures, the Water Ministry along with the state governments will repair, renovate and restore water bodies in the 3 regions. Union Minister Aam Aadmi Partys said the ministry has prepared a master plan for the artificial recharge of groundwater in Bundelkhand region, portion of which falls in Uttar Pradesh as well.
हमारा एक प्रोग्राम है, उसका नाम है RRR, जिसका मतलब है कि पुरानी वाटर बॉडीज का सुधार करके ठीक करके उनको सिंचाई के योग्य बनाना। उसमें होम मिनिस्ट्री कई बार जो वो अफेक्टेड एरिया होते हैं, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर से अफेक्टेड, उसकी 100% ग्रांट राज्य केंद्र सरकार से हो जाती है, उसकी सूची में दे करके और उसकी शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग के लिए आई थी।
The Supreme Court on Thursday said it wasn't averse to talks between the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister of the Punjab and Haryana, but it reiterated that its order for the construction of Sutlej-Yamuna Link Canal should be implemented. Favoring the construction of canal, the Apex Court said the Punjab and Haryana must come to a compromise and the allocation of water for the link can be decided later. Keeping the current scenario in mind, the Punjab and Haryana government were also told to maintain law and order. The Attorney General said that there was a meeting between the Chief Ministers of Punjab and Haryana on April 20th. However, details of discussions were not given to the centre. Meanwhile, Punjab said execution of court order would be difficult and requested for another hearing. Haryana also said that possibility of any amicable settlement looks extremely remote. The Supreme Court has posted the matter for the hearing on July 11th. Following Aam Aadmi Party's monumental defeat in the Delhi's municipal elections, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Thursday called for an urgent meet at his residence. At the meeting, Kejriwal asked the Aam Aadmi Party members to take an oath, promising never to leave the party, saying that betraying the party would be equal to betraying God. He warned the newly elected municipal councillors against falling into the trap of BJP. Meanwhile, 3 senior leaders from his party, Ashish Talwar, Sanjay Singh and Durgesh Pathak tendered their resignation, which has since been accepted. Gopal Rai was later appointed as party's Delhi convener after Dilip Pandey quit the position. Aam Aadmi Party, which had 67 out of 70 seats in 2015, could only win 48 out of 272 votes in this year's civic poll.
बीजेपी वाले पूरी कोशिश करेंगे आपको तोड़ने की। एक तो ये कि अपने फ़ोन हमेशा रिकॉर्डिंग पे ही रखना, किसी का फ़ोन आए तो रिकॉर्ड कर लेना, अगले दिन प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके बता देंगे भाई इन्होंने ऐसे बदमाशी करने की।
आम आदमी पार्टी की बिल्कुल ऐसी हालत नहीं थी जो मीडिया में दिखाई गई, और जो सर्वे आए कि भाजपा की मोदी जी की लहर में ये जीते हैं, उस पर भी यकीन नहीं आता, क्योंकि लोग बीजेपी के पार्षद जिनकी टिकट कटी उसने खुद अपने प्रत्याशियों को हराने के लिए एड़ी चोटी का जोर लगाया।
Time for another short break. More news on the other side.
Harappan sites are a treasure trove of sophisticated pottery. These creations show tremendous advances by the potter's wheel. Creations like the perforated jar, the copper axe, the chisel and knives astound even present-day archaeologists. Figurines depicting yoga poses, chess pieces display a complexity unsurpassed even by later-day civilizations, all of which make the Harappan civilization truly unique.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Currency Building, Kolkata. A 178-year-old structure, built in 1833 in the Italianate style with Venetian windows, ornate cast iron gates and railings. The central hall of this building gets light through the sunlight overtoppings in the large domes. This beautiful building was originally the Agra Bank, and then it became the Office of Issue and Exchange of Government Paper Currency. It later housed the Reserve Bank of India until 1937. Today, the building is protected by the Archaeological Survey of India.
Welcome back. President Pranab Mukherjee conferred the 52nd Gyanpith Award on Professor Shankha Ghosh in New Delhi on Thursday. Born in 1932 in Chandpur, now in Bangladesh, Ghosh is a stalwart in modern Bengali literature and a leading authority on Rabindranath Tagore. A graduate in Bengali literature from Kolkata's prestigious Presidency College, Ghosh began his career as a teacher, first at Kolkata University and later at Jadavpur and Viswabharati University.
A professor of Bengali and an authority in his own right on the works of Rabindranath, Shankha Ghosh represents the fluid brilliance that characterizes India's multifarious literacy genius.
India successfully test-fired its first intermediate-range ballistic missile Agni 3rd from Abdul Kalam Island off Odisha coast. The missile lifted off from launch pad number 4 of the integrated test range located on the island at 12 past 9 a.m. on Thursday. The Strategic Forces Command and especially raised missile handling unit of Indian Army carried out the test with logistic department from the DRDO. Agni 3rd has a strike range of over 3,000 kilometers and is capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear warheads weighing up to 1.5 tons. With a length of 17 meters, the missile diameter is 2 meters and its weight is measured to be around 2,200 kilograms. The missile was inducted in armed forces in June 2011. The violent scenes were witnessed in Macedonia's parliament on Thursday over the election of speaker. Protesters stormed the Macedonian parliament after ethnic Albanian was selected as speaker and attacked the lawmakers. 10 people were injured as brawl broke out. Witnesses saw broken glass on the floor and traces of blood in the hallway. Police fired stun guns to disperse protesters and allow politicians to exit the parliament building. Those injured included Social Democrat leader Zorav Zaev and was left with blood pouring down his face. Politics in Macedonia has been deadlocked since an inconclusive election in December. Zaev has created a coalition with ethnic Albanian parties. Macedonian nationalists say that Zaev's coalition with Albanian parties threaten Macedonian unity. They are demanding new elections. The president of Macedonia has made an appeal to the nation for calm. It's noteworthy that ethnic Albanians make up around a quarter of the country's population. A look at what else is making news across the world in World Wrap. As tension on Korean Peninsula continue to escalate, Russian President Vladimir Putin has called for resumption of talks with North Korea. In Moscow, where he met Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, he urged those involved to refrain from using belligerent rhetoric. Relations between North Korea and US have plunged in recent weeks. China has decided to reorganize its army to build strong and modernized new type military. According to Chinese Defense Ministry spokesperson, the move is to shift focus of the Chinese army from quantity to quality and efficiency. 13 army groups will be formed from the previous 18. At least 7 Tehreek-e-Taliban militants were on Thursday killed in missile strikes by the US drone in Pakistan's northwest area of North Waziristan. The US pilotless aircraft fired 2 missiles to pound 2 hideouts of the militants in the Takhel area of Waziristan, a semi-autonomous tribal area located along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Both the hideouts were completely destroyed in the attack. British Prime Minister Theresa May accused the other 27 European Union countries of lining up to oppose Britain over Brexit. The comments came after Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel said the UK should have no illusions over the exit process, adding that a third-party state will not have the same right or even superior right to a member state. Now, ace Indian shuttler PV Sindhu sailed into quarterfinals of Badminton Asia Championship with another comfortable victory on Thursday. The world #1 Sindhu, who is now lone Indian in the fray, will take on He Bingjiu of China in the last 8 match today. The Olympic silver medalist notched up an easy 21-14, 21-15 win over unseeded Japanese Aya Ohori in pre-quarterfinals. However, Ajay Jairam crashed out of men's event, losing 19-21, 10-21 to Chinese Taipei's Yusin Zhao in the second round. Saina Nehwal and HS Pranoy and doubles pairs had bowed out the tournament on the opening day on Wednesday. That's it for now. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV for more. Thank you.